What up, world? Back again. It's your boy VicXL Country Rap Report. Gotta say salute to my guy Chief, definitely out handling a little BI. All right, y'all know what it is when y'all check out the Country Rap Report. We give you our opinion, our reviews, our critiques, our expertise when it comes to some of the best and worst videos in the genre of country rap. Now, also a lot of times we give you artists that we feel like that will benefit from the love that is shown here in the genre of country rap, or artists who just don't understand or not marketing their music in the right place. So a lot of times we'll pull those videos and put them here. So a lot of times y'all might say, Vic, Chief, that's not country rap. Well, we know that artists might not consider themselves a country rap artist, but we also know that their artists will benefit from the love and support this community shows. Also, we give y'all great conversation. We recap news, just good dialogue between me and my guy Chief. So sometimes we're not going to talk about, or we're not going to review videos. Sometimes me and Chief are just going to chop it up about a subject. We might react to something that's happened within the genre. And last but not least, we give you guys exclusive artist interviews. All right, we give you guys exclusive artist interviews. Now, in those exclusive artist interviews, we're going to give you some of the movers and shakers, the people that are captivating this genre of country rap, the people that are definitely making it do what it do. Now, before I bring on our guests, I want to say, please do me 4 favors. All right, 4 favors, just 4 free favors. Number 1, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Riding Dirty Radio. All right. Once you subscribe to the channel, if you're watching this video or watched previous videos, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button. Now, if you missed the live chats, because we chat live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you missed the live chat, then make sure you get in the comments area if you're checking out the replay and let us know what you think. And last but not least, make sure sharing is caring. If you like the content, if you feel like we cover something that you feel like people should know about, share the content and hit that notification bell. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I got a special guest in the house. I got to bring him on. This is a gentleman who's definitely been doing this thing, been putting the work in, been grinding, been shaking, been moving, quaking, doing everything to make this genre grand and make himself a very influential part of the genre. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and he still has it the other way, Jack. The whole phone, the whole thing, make it. Yeah, there it is.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have one of my favorite artists in this genre, in this thing called country rap. I'm gonna call him a Southern fried rapper because he definitely is from the South, and he definitely brings lyrics. He's very thought-provoking. But today we're going to get the chance to pick his mind and find out about my guy. So welcome to the Country Rap Report platform, Mr. Jack Gaspard, the winner of the first 16 Boy Challenge. What it do, my guy?
What is up, Vic, man? So glad to be here, man.
Man,
glad to be doing this.
I'm glad to have you here. I'm very, very humbled. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. You're one of the most talented guys in this genre, and I think the world needs to know about you.
Man, I really appreciate that, Vic, for real. Really appreciate that.
Now, I gotta ask, I see a Pabst Blue Ribbon hat on your head. Do you drink Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Man, I have many times. Mainly when I was younger and really, really broke. That was the main time I, was on them Pabst. But, man, you'd be surprised, man, as cheap as they was. I think it was like a 6-pack for like $3.99 or some shit like that. And I got it, and I was like, damn, this actually ain't that bad. And, yeah, I'm a Pabst fan for sure, man. But I'm also a beer fan.
I'm not going to lie to you. I used to drink Pabst Blue Ribbon, too, at a point in time in my life when I was in college. We could buy Pabst Blue Ribbon. It was a gas station. And they had Pabst Blue Ribbon hooked up to the fountain, like a fountain drink. And they were selling to all us college kids. We were underage. But we can bring in a gallon milk jug and fill it up with Pabst Blue Ribbon for like $2. So, salute to that gas station. I'm sure the owner has probably been locked up for serving minors, but he helped me get through college 4 years.
Hell yeah. That sounds like a good college experience right there.
All right, Jack, the first thing I want you to let the people know, because I'm sure there are people who are wondering where this lyrical wonder is from. Where is Jack Gaspard from?
Man, I am from a little bitty town called Pleasant Hill, Louisiana, in North Louisiana. It's part of Sabine Parish. Yeah, I'm on the northern side of Louisiana. Uh, Man, it's a little town. Really, it's not known for anything other than they do a Civil War reenactment. That's literally the only thing that Pleasant Hill is known for. It's called the Battle of Pleasant Hill, and people come from different states and stuff to come watch that. But other than that, man, it's one of them towns with just a bar and a dollar store. You know what I mean? Just in northern Louisiana, and lived there my whole entire life, man.
All right, so being from such a small town, man, what was your attraction to this music thing?
Man, they're growing up in a small town, which a lot of kids in general, when you're a kid, you're a teenager, you know, I don't know about how you grew up, but the way I grew up, it was just a normal thing for people to try to rap. It's just, hey, let's all get together, freestyle, whatever. So it ended up being one of them type of things. But being from where we were from, we didn't really have much to do. We didn't have a mall or, skating rinks or the stuff that a lot of kids may be attracted to. So it kind of started becoming a little more than just a hobby we would do. We kind of started trying to take it serious. And it was a group of me and my friends. And as we got older, I kind of was the one that just, everybody kind of grows up, get to moving on with their lives. And I was the one that was kind of just like, no, I really like this. I want to keep doing this. I want to keep going with this. And the main thing, man, is it was at a point in my life where I felt like I finally found something that I'm good at. And I don't care what it is, this is what it is. You know what I mean? It felt like I just wasn't naturally good at anything until I started rapping. I was like, I'm pretty damn good at this. You know what I mean? And from then on, I mean, went from trying to freestyle to actually writing raps, which turns into writing songs, which turns into putting out mixtapes and albums and stuff, and yeah, man, it was just something to do in a town where there was nothing at all to do. And that's kind of what attracted me to it, man.
Okay, because I'm not gonna ask your age, but how long ago was it?
That had to have been probably 15, no, about 16, 17 years ago, probably.
Okay. All right. Now, when you started, were you any good?
In my opinion, hell no. But, to my friends back then, yeah, Jack's good, man. Jack's good at this. You know what I mean? But it was all just every bit of that. I just look at it like it was practice. When you're first starting out rapping and you don't have any idea how to rap, what do? What the majority of people do? They just rap about what other rappers rap about. So We're just trying to rhyme rims and cars and just whatever, you know what I mean? And you just rap. Your only goal is to make something rhyme, you know what I mean? And as you get older and get more experience with it, you start telling your own stories and, figuring out how to use your sound and your voice to say what you want to say instead of just being focused on, I'm just trying to rhyme and go hard. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, man, so that's the thing, man. Just practice and years and years of practice and not being good. You know what I mean? And you can only suck at something for so long. You keep on doing it, you're going to get good. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So when you started rhyming, you and your friends, like, what was that recording process like for you? Like, did you immediately hit the studio? Did you guys have a karaoke machine? Because I know y'all didn't just say, "Hey, dude, let's rhyme," and then go straight to the studio. So what was that process? Did y'all have beats? Were you beat? Like, what was the entire process like for you years ago?
Man, I'm just glad you asked me that because it makes me laugh thinking about how we used to do it. I just remember having little bitty ass webcams, and that was our microphones. You know what I mean? Some stuff that ain't a microphone. We was trying to turn into a microphone. And our thing was, like I said, we're from this little bitty town. We didn't have no studios. If we did, if we even knew of where they were from hours away from us. You know what I mean? So actually going to a studio wasn't an option to us back then. So what we did was get online, steal beats, steal whatever beats we could find. I specifically remember stealing Little Flip beats and Paul Wall beats, and you know what I mean, just stealing anything we can get that we can rap on. And yeah, quality was horrible, I'm sure. You know what I mean? But for some teenagers, you know, we was making it happen. So we actually ended up pressing up little CDs and everything, man. And I don't even remember how we did that, but we had some little bootleg covers and everything. We was trying to get serious with it, man, as kids. And like I said, I'm one of the only ones that was like, no, this is what I want to do. And I just continued to do it when everybody else kind of fell out of it, you know.
Okay. Were you guys a group or individuals?
We were a group. It's kind of a mix of both. It was just a group of friends, and whoever's there is whoever's there is a part of the group that night. You know what I mean? Just kind of just rapping, finding ways to act like a group, or you know, we just did whatever we could do, man. And anybody who happened to be there, if they felt like they could rap, and we'll put you on the song. And but yeah, it was mainly me and a good friend of mine named Corey. Ended up being me and him kind of took it the most serious out of everybody. And he's still my dog to this day, man. Helps me out with a lot of stuff on the technical side of things. He's still very much a part of what I do. And so yeah, man, there's still one guy still for sure is rocking with me, man, after all them years.
Okay. I like to ask artists this because it's a very, very intricate part of their history. At that time, were you recording as Jack Gaspard, or have you went through some name changes over the years?
No, man. Back then, it was Jack the Ripper. Of
Jack
course,
the Ripper.
You know, just a dumbass rap name, just to have a rap name. You know what I mean? And over the years, I went through many names. Well, I say that, not really. I went through two. I went through Jack the Ripper, Jack D, like the whiskey, and then now to Jack Gaspard. And there's a big story behind all of those and why they were changed, and you know,
well, let's get into those stories because I like this history. All right, why the name changed from Jack the Ripper?
Okay, Jack the Ripper, like I said, it was just me being a teenager thinking it sounded cool, and my mind frame was, well, I'm gonna be rapping pretty fast and stuff, so Jack the Ripper kind of makes sense. We'll keep that name. Over time, I just felt like, man, this is just a very generic rap name, and you know, I needed to be different and stand out in some way or another. And my last name is Gaspard with a D. So I thought, well, I could call myself Jack G, or I could call myself Jack D. And I was like, Jack D is like whiskey, you know, old number 7. And I was like, that's a little cooler, because if I say Jack G, a lot of people are gonna think they're gonna have gangster shit in their mind. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm gonna take the D instead of the G. So and yeah, man, so I rocked with that name for so long, and there ended up being so many different artists with the name Jack D. I mean, if you get on Spotify, you'll find 5 of them that ain't me right off the bat. And so years ago, I said, look, this ain't gonna work. And even if it did work, if I ever get anywhere, somebody gonna make me change this name, because it's, you know, they could sue thinking I'm trying to use the Jack Daniels brand, whatever, you know. So I said, you know what? I ain't gonna change it to Jack G. I'm gonna just be Jack Gaspard, and I'm gonna use my actual name. And here's a funny little story. It kind of inspired me to actually use my last name. Is my grandpa years ago, he was actually in a band. He was a music guy himself, and he kind of made my last name famous where I'm from for just being a cool ass dude. Just a little information right here to trip you out that would give you an idea of why people knew about him. Is he had a pet bear, dog. He had a whole bear as a pet, and he kept it like a dog. He played with it like a dog. Like, true story, man. He found a black bear when it was a baby and took it home, raised it like a dog. So just that alone lets you know why people probably knew about him in my area. So I'm proud of my last name, you know, and I wanted to throw my last name in there.
So he never got any type of trouble from the games, the like wildlife committee? Or?
I think he did after a while. I think the story is like after he had the bear for some years, that somebody did come and end up taking the bear. But yeah, man, ended up growing to be a full bear that he would play with like a dog, man. It just used to amaze people. People come drive and come watch him do it, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so just things like that, man. Really proud of my family name, so I just wanted to include my actual last name.
Okay.
And they could find me. you know, and you see Jack Gaspard, it may be a strange kind of name, but nobody else is gonna have my name. You know what I mean? I don't have to deal with 20 other artists having the same name.
And believe it or not, it's very, very recognizable, and you will remember it.
Yep. So I'm very glad I did it, man. This will 1000% be the last name change. I'm gonna be Jack Gaspard till it's over with. You know what I mean?
Okay. Being from Louisiana, New Orleans, that whole area, how much did you grow up on that music, and how much did it affect you and the artist you are today?
Oh yeah, man. Definitely. The No Limit, you know, the No Limit era, man, the Cash Money records, you know, Lil Wayne, just when I was a teenager, you know, really trying to get serious, Lil Wayne was on top of the world, you know, representing for Louisiana. And I've always loved Louisiana culture and the music of it. But at the same time, I was also really inspired by a lot of East Coast music at the same time. Those kind of my two favorite, Southern music and then the East Coast music. I was really big into Bone Thugs and Harmony. That was one of the first tapes I ever bought, was a Bone Thugs tape. Twister, big fan of Twister, Bone Thugs, and then all the Southern music. So kind of when you combine all my sounds, that's kind of what you get. It's like a mix of Southern music with a little bit of that East Coast style.
All right. In your come up, because I know we've talked before. Tell me about Hurricane Chris.
Hurricane Chris, man.
Tell me about Hurricane Chris and that being inspiring to you. For those who don't know, Hurricane Chris had a huge record called Hey Baby, and he also had a record called Holly Berry. But let's talk about the relation to you, where you're at, where you're from, and Hurricane Chris.
Okay, so anytime I had any type of opportunity in music, I had to go to Shreveport. It's still basically like that to this day. You know, that's the closest city to me. It's the biggest city to me. So almost all of my shows I've ever done have been in Shreveport. So Shreveport kind of been like a second home to me, but that's where Hurricane's from. And when I was probably a teenager, you know, I got to see him actually make it. Somebody from Shreveport, which is where I'm going all the time doing these shows. I got to see somebody make it from there, man. And that was a big deal to everybody around here. You know what I mean? And yeah, so seeing Hurricane was definitely an inspiration to us, you know, seeing somebody actually can make it from around this area, you know. So that was extremely cool, man.
All right. Now mentioning Hurricane. Years ago, we had Hurricane Katrina. And
yeah,
that really shattered New Orleans in a major, major way. I've seen areas that still haven't completely overcame it yet.
yeah.
How did it affect you as far as relation to where you live and the entire incident and how it actually shook the state?
Oh, it did, man. And like I said, I'm on the northern side of Louisiana, and I specifically remember Katrina. Katrina tore our shit up too. You know what I mean? And so I can only imagine how bad it was for the people on the southern side of Louisiana, because man, we were catching it. And yeah, that was a rough time. Yeah, definitely. And not only Katrina, I think it was Rita right after that. It's man, we've had so many hurricanes come hit us, man. And that's like the downside of Louisiana, I guess. You know, we're like the happy, fun party state, but we also have that as our negative. You know, it's always hurricanes. But it's just something you heard the song "Stay in the Boot"? Shout it out there. Shout it out the hurricanes. Baby, don't worry about the hurricane. Everything gonna be all right. I don't remember the exact line, man, but yeah, kind of that's our bad side, I guess, in Louisiana.
All right, has there ever been moments where you thought about relocating?
Man, there have been. And if I ever did, I can just honestly tell you right now where it would be in Dallas. And it's not even about nothing in Dallas. I just have some extremely great memories on trips to Dallas. A good friend of mine who passed away, long live Wallow. I got his name right here on me. He had never been out of Louisiana ever, and we went on a trip to Dallas to shoot a video. and just one of the funnest, best times of my life, man. And we he passed away, but at that time we would kind of joke about like, we're gonna move to Dallas, man. This was too much fun. We got to move to Dallas. So if I ever moved, it'd be for my boy Wallace, and I'd probably move to Dallas.
Okay. All right. How has New Orleans and the whole state affected the sound that we know today as Jack Gaspard?
Oh man, it just does. Even if you don't even realize it or know it, you know what I mean? Just the music that I grew up on, you know, all the Southern music. I love the funky style of that New Orleans music. You know, I love the funness of it. Yeah, man, it inspires me. I don't even realize it sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just, I guess, being from the state, it's just kind of in your blood, in your soul, however you want to say it. You know, you kind of got that Louisiana funk to you. You know what I mean? And that comes out a lot of times in the music. In the fun side of my music, I would say, you know, anytime you hear like a fun ass Jack Gaspard record, it's inspired by that.
Okay. Now, one of the first records I heard by Jack Gaspard was Bad Name. That's the first video I ever seen. And I really liked that record, and I really liked the content of that record. But that wasn't just so fun, Jack.
Yeah, it wasn't. No.
Tell me about that record. Because I really felt that record. And I was like, man, tell me about that record, because it really touched me. I felt it.
Man, I appreciate that. Bad Name is still a great song. And just to let you know, since we're mentioning it, I have a remix to Bad Name that's going to be on my next album. So I'm picking out who's going to be on it, who can kill it, you know, kind of with the same message of the song. So I'm bringing that song back. But yeah, Bad Name, man, what really inspired it was, like I said, I've been making music for a long time, you know, and way back in like 2012, I was putting out country rap type songs. Matter of fact, the first country rap song that I could say was like a legit country rap song was called Country Hustlin'. And it was, I think, in 2012. And it was produced by Steve Below. And if you don't know who that is, I want you to check that out, Vic. That's like an accomplishment to me that I have a beat by Steve Below. He produced a lot for UGK. It's kind of a big part of the whole country rap tune sound, you know. So it was like
Below or Beto?
Steve Below, Below. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so that was this country rap song. I put it out, and it was like people's first impression of me was that. And so a couple years go by, put out another, you know, solid country rap song. And I did this for years, you know what I mean? And I just, when I made the Bad Name song, I was kind of just like, damn, like I know I'm rapping good. And I know this shit is country, because it just is. You know what I mean? It's not forced. We're not trying to make it country. It's just country. Even like Bad Name was country as hell without it even trying to be. But, you know, I just felt like, damn, man, I've been doing this so long. Why is nobody showing me love on this country rap side of things? And that's all it was, man. Just trying to say, hey, I'm here, and I'm coming out swinging in this bitch. You know what I mean? Like, pay attention to what we're doing. Because, you know, like I know, it's country rap gimmicks every other day. And it's been going on for years. Like, some type of mainstream shit will happen, and they'll jump on the country rap bandwagon for a minute and then disappear. Get some money and disappear. You know what I mean? And
right.
That, you know.
All right, now, because when a lot of people think country rap, and I think the term country rap, whoever, initially they was calling it hip hop, now country rap.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times when people think country rap, they think the word country. They think cowboy hat, cowboy boots, tight regular jeans. But when I look at Jack, I don't think cowboy hats. I don't think cowboy boots. I just think country living. Tell me what made you, number one, gravitate to the term country rap, and why aren't you afraid to call yourself a country rapper?
Man, because like I said, when I started, you know, I was on a Steve Below beat, which is country rap tunes, in my opinion. And just being from where I'm from, it always just made sense for me to make this stuff country. You know what I mean? And like, regardless if it was intentional or not, it just always came out country. And every time I'd rap in big cities or whatever, I'd always get looked at like, man, got that country ass accent. And I'd be like, I ain't got no damn accent. What they talking about? You know what I mean? I would legit be confused when I'd hear that type of shit. Like, I don't sound no kind of way, you know what I mean? But I was always kind of looked at as like the country dude, you know what I mean? Whether it was, you know, they knew it or not, that's how they looked at me. And so I'm just like, well, you know, if it's country rap, call it country rap. That's fine. But it's gonna be good rap and with a country style. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be good rap. And that is one of the things that I feel like kind of either pushed me out of the genre or I don't know. But I feel like people always looked at me kind of with, oh, you're not real country rap. Because I would also go off and make just a dope ass rap song. But it's like I'm not in the box, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna make good music. But like I said, 98% of the time it ends up being country just because of where I'm from and how I was raised. You know what I mean? Right. But yeah, I'm definitely not afraid or feel any type of way to call myself a country rapper because that's what I am. You know what I mean? If I was from a big city, I'd feel weird saying it. But you know what I mean? Right. It is what it is.
So will we ever see you in a cowboy hat?
If I ever need to put on a cowboy hat, you damn sure will.
How about cowboy boots?
If I'm ever with Vic and Vic said, "Hey, put on the cowboy hat," I'll do it for you, dog.
So you don't normally wear cowboy hats?
No, not at all. No.
How about cowboy boots?
Well, I wear steel toe boots every day of my life going to work. You know what I'm saying? But no, not fancy, not no fancy ones. You know what I'm
saying? Right. Man, so being this kid from a very, very small town who basically started rapping, just kind of mimicking what you heard.
Yeah.
How did you get so damn dope?
There's basically one answer for that. And I swear to God, this is the answer for that. This is my God's honest answer. And I know what you mean. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or agree with you, but I know exactly what you mean. When I first got started, my first opportunity was in Shreveport, like I talked to you about. And it was a competition called the 318 Cipher. And it was a cipher. And it wasn't a battle rap type of deal. It was just a cipher. And they would make groups of people, 4 to 5, 6 people be in each cipher. Everybody would just rap. And whoever had the best rap would win that round and keep on going, you know. And it ended up being a pretty big deal. I want to say there was at least 50 to 60 rappers in it. And I ended up winning the whole entire thing, which led to me doing my first ever concert because the finale of it was a concert. And so doing that, you didn't ever know what beat they were going to play. You had no idea. You just had to be there and be ready to rap. So what that made me do was practice, basically. Like just beat after beat after beat after beat, freestyling, writing stuff, rapping what I wrote to 6 different beats, you know, finding my own sound and being able to be ready because, you know, this stuff was filmed too. So if they cut the beat on and you sucked and you just fell off, it just is what it is. You're on video sucking. You know what I mean? So I wasn't going to do that. I was going to be prepared and be ready. But yeah, man, it ended up being a really big deal to me. It's really what made me actually really pursue music because I was like, if I can get in this shit, and I told myself too, I said, if I can get in this and just do good, I'm going to really try to rap. And if I suck and don't do good, I'm never going to do this again. And not only did I do good, but I won the whole entire thing and ended up getting to do my very first concert. So that's what it was.
What was the concert like for you? How did it feel to be on stage doing a concert?
Man, so let me tell you this. It was in the Holiday Inn downtown ballroom. That just as weird as that sounds, but this place was packed, man. I'm talking about so many people. There wasn't an empty chair in there. This place was packed from the front to the back. And man, I was scared to death because I'm like, I've been rapping, but it ain't been nothing but a camera on me. This is the actual live crowd. And I remember doing the rehearsal for it. Did the rehearsal and everything was just perfect. I was like, there's no way that it can go this good. You know, I had myself more nervous that the rehearsal went good. But let me tell you what actually ended up winning me this thing. From what I've heard from the judges is I think we had 10 minutes to perform, right? Mm-hmm. And it was me and 3 or 4 other people in it. And majority of people, you tell them they got 10 minutes, they do 2 songs, 2.5 songs, something like that, you know. My ass had been recording for years at this point. So I ended up making a set list of like at least 8 or 9 songs. And I had the beats changing in between them and drops. And, you know, I came ready, man, and just went crazy in there. And I really think that's what won it for me to this day, man. But yeah, I was extremely nervous. I remember somebody got up out of a chair and I went and sat in their chair and just kept performing. I ended up running around the whole room, like full speed running, dog. Like it, I wish I could find the footage because it looked so crazy. Like I was so nervous that I just kind of just lost my damn mind in there. You know what I mean? And people's like, man, you're so confident. Like, no, that wasn't confidence. That's me being nervous as hell, just trying to make this entertaining. But dog, I'm not lying. I ran through the whole entire building all the way back. I just was losing it in there. And but anyway, I knew the crowd was at least enjoying it. Whether or not they liked me, they was entertained. And so yeah, that day that made me really love performing too. And I proved myself I could do it. You know what I mean? So from that point on, I was ready, no matter what happened.
So look, you got a record also that the cover intrigued me called Still Have Bars. Who is that on the cover of that?
That is just a random old dude I found on Google.
Okay. I thought that might have been I thought it might have been the person who owned the bear.
No. No. Yeah,
now,
just a random.
You have titles to records, bro, that don't really make a person think country rap. Like Still Got Bars.
Yeah.
Felt Like Rapping.
Yeah.
Well, stand like Clock Out. Like,
yeah.
And some of these words, I mean, some of these records, we get that. First of all the records, we're going to get Lyrical Jack. But those records, I feel like we get that bravado, I'm that guy Jack. How important is it to you when it comes to the bars?
That's very important to me, man. That's because look, man, like I said, no matter what the style is, or if it's country rap or whatever they want to call it, you know, as long as you got good bars in there, somebody who's a rap fan will enjoy it. And that's kind of been my mission of like, I can try to do all these different styles and genres, but if you're a fan of rap, you will find something to like in it because I'm gonna give good bars. You know what I mean? And that just comes from writing, you know, and just writing and practicing for years and years. You know, learning how to write stuff a certain way, learning how to pronounce stuff fast, to rap fast. You know, learning how to rhyme as many times as possible. You know, all that just comes with practice, man. Just years and years of trial and error and figuring it out. You know.
And you've done quite a few features. You just recently done something with P Money. You've done stuff with Bez Believe, Sean Parrish, Hard Target. You've even done music with Southern Soul artists. Like, how do you pick features, or how do you feel like people find you for features?
Man, I'm normally, if somebody's got a good song, then I'm 100% with it. But a lot of those you name was either some that I wanted to happen or somebody hit up me for a feature. But man, I love features. I love the sport of it. You know what I mean? If somebody got a good song, if you need me to rap on it, send it to me. If I have time, I'm gonna rap on it. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. I just really enjoy rapping, man. But yeah, the certain features you mentioned, like One Way Road with Hard Target, that's just a incredible song. You know what I mean?
It is.
It really is, man. And that's shout out to Hard Target, man. He when I realized we was gonna do something together, he kind of took the reins of that and put together just a beautiful ass song, you know, and just set me up to have a great song. So shout out to him for that, man. And but yeah, man, I love working with people, man. Features is one of my favorite things to do.
You also got a record. You've also been on one of the Mr. Collie Park mix, one of his remixes, but you was just on his latest release, Favorite Jeans. And quiet as kept, like you're definitely one of his favorite artists in the genre of country rap. That's something my little birdie told me.
Amazing.
How does it feel to be recognized and to work with a producer who has that type of skin in the game?
Dude, it's incredible, man. I ain't lying. I can just tell you this. I don't remember what age I was, but I bought the Yin Yang Twins, Me and My Brother album. And if you would have went back and told me at that age, like, hey, you're gonna be working with Mr. Colin Parr, you're gonna do some songs with him, I would not have believed you. You know what I mean? That is a accomplishment that I'll be proud of when I'm, retired and old as hell. And like I said, mentioning Hurricane, he was a big part of Hurricane back then that inspired me to believe I could do it. Man, Vic, you'd be surprised, man. The people that have came running up to me here recently, like, dude, I just heard this Colin Park. I can't believe you working with Colin Park. Like, man, it is tripping people out. And I'm just like, I know it trips me out too, man. Like, but yeah, people are excited, especially people from my hometown. And, anybody that knows anything about Mr. Colin Park is like, dude, that's amazing. Don't let nobody tell you that ain't amazing. Now, I'm very proud of that, man.
Okay. At this point in your career, what has been, and this is for other artists who are listening, what's been some of the, I'm gonna say, toughest parts of being an independent artist, being a country rap artist? What has been some of the toughest parts for you?
Man, some of the letdowns is all I can say, man. And there another part of that, man, is trying to do this. You'll have a lot of people, trying to sell you dreams. You know what I mean? Come do this. If you do this, we can do this. You get led so many different ways, and a lot of letdowns, man. I've drove hours before to go perform and got there, can't perform. Something's wrong. Just things like that. Just that's an example. That stuff will just break you down, man, and make you think, what am I doing this for? You know what I mean? But the thing that always keeps me going, man, the reason I've never stopped is just because I genuinely love to do this, man. It's like I can't help. I've tried to quit, and I want to say 2019. I think that was a year I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm making up my mind. I'm not doing this no more. And legit, Vic, no lie, within 3 weeks, I done wrote like 4 more songs. I was like, what am I doing? Like, I can't quit. I legit just tried. And then I wrote 4 more songs the next week. Like, what's the point of even saying I'm going to quit anymore? Because I know damn well I'm lying. Like, it's just in my blood. You know what I mean? It's just what I do. And I've done it for so long, especially the writing part. That's what it's like therapy, honestly, man. If I'm going through a bunch of shit, I sit there and write it out, and it's really therapy, man. It's like the pen and paper is like talking to a therapist to me, man. And I get a lot of fun out of this, man. There's nothing more fun to me than just having an idea and turning it into a full banging ass song just out of nowhere. And it was just a thought in your mind. It's just something I love, man. I just love it. And yeah, man, just having to financially try to back everything that I was doing for so many years, that wore me down. And I finally got to a place where I'm receiving help from people. There's people that believe in me and want me to succeed. And yeah, man, things have been so much smoother and funner, man, where I'm kind of just, I've been able to really enjoy it and have fun more than worry these days, if that makes sense. That's one of the reasons I'm still going. You know what I mean?
Is it hard? And this is also for artists who are contemplating getting into it or who are in it. Is it hard balancing a occupation because you have a job?
Yes, sir.
Being a family man because you have a family?
Yes, sir.
And the music, like, how do you properly give it all its fair amount of time?
That's something that you just learn as you go. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. That's one of the hardest things right there, what you just mentioned, trying to balance it all out and say I may have an opportunity here on this certain day, but I got to work. And I'm like, damn, man, should I just not go to work, or something's going on with my kids, something I got to go do. And it's like, well, I could also be doing, you just got to find your own balance and find a way to make it work. And like I said, if you truly love it, you'll find a way. You know what I mean? But that is 1,000% the hardest part. But like I said, my love for it has always just kept me going, you know what I mean? And finding a way to make things balance.
All right, now I dropped my first country rap report video, I want to say November 2020.
Yeah.
I'm heading into my third year. And I probably started hearing about Jack Gaspard within the first 6 months. But what I've noticed, it appears that you've picked up a lot of momentum since then to now. What do you accredit that momentum to?
Man, people showing me love, man, honestly. Because I could be doing the exact same thing and nobody be listening or caring. You know, people like you know, with the Country Rap Report, all the reactors out there, my boy Beats by Dunbar coming through and really being a producer for me and helping me make the best music we can. You know, just finding this group and network of people that have supported me, man. That's really what it is. And it's got me in front of a lot of dope ass artists, man. And that's one thing about me. I don't know what it is or why, but like I'm like an artist. If you understand what I'm saying, like artists love me, and I don't really know why, but that's helped me have features with people that I probably know that I couldn't afford or be able to get. You know what I mean? Just a lot of the respect and people being a fan of what I do is helped so much, man. Just people, the reactors and people like you doing the media, y'all don't realize how much it actually helps, you know, the artists. It really does.
Okay. In closing, Jack, what's next for Jack Gaspard? No, let me stop. Don't answer that. The 16 bar challenge. First of all, thank you for participating. I can't say thank you for winning because I shouldn't, but thank you for participating. I can't say thank you for winning because then it sounds unfair. But thank you for doing an amazing job to where you actually deserve to win. It wasn't no fix, wasn't no bias. You actually was the best. And I'm gonna be very honest. You were very, very high in the Captain Kirk 16 bar challenge. And I think, because I'm gonna be honest, from my perspective, I can't speak on Kirk and Kenny. From my perspective, I was like, you know what? I can't give it to Jack just because he just won ours, and I just want the love spread around. But you was like, I'm gonna talk about, you were tied with Guala P on my list, and I really, the only reason not that Guala was bad, I don't want to make it sound like you were better, but y'all were so close. So my coin flip was, well, he just won that one.
Yeah.
And but you were on all three of our top 3 lists. What make you, number one, do 16 bar challenges, and what make you do them so damn well? Are you trying to beat everybody? Are you trying to win?
Look, man, I love it, man. Like I was just telling you, I love the sport of it. And, you know, honestly, what happened with that, I think I did the Dub 30-30 one, right? And I just did it in it wasn't no fancy video or nothing. I just recorded something and did a video to it. And it got so much love. Like I didn't win, wasn't close to winning nothing, but it gained so many fans and made so many fans. I was like, damn, man, maybe I need to do this more often. And, to get people in to actually listen to my music. So then y'all's came, and I tried to make sure I did y'all's right because I wanted to come correct for the Country Rap Report. And I actually shot it right back there. I don't know if you can see, but this is my backyard where I shot that.
Okay.
But yeah, man, so I did y'all's. Now, I did want to kill y'all. I'm going to tell the truth because y'all was showing me a bunch of love. Really not even exactly for winning. I just wanted y'all to be like, damn, we was right. Jack really does go hard. That type of thing.
Right.
And then so I just kept doing them. Every time I had a chance to do one, I would do it. But yeah, and it honestly ain't never about winning. Like, hell yeah, it's cool if I win. But, it makes fans. Like the Broadnax Challenge. I didn't win the Broadnax Challenge. I did one for that too. And man, I had so many new fans, especially from where Broadnax is from. You know what I mean? It opens a lot of people's eyes to you, man. So yeah, I do it for the exposure and just the love of it, man.
All right, I'm looking on your YouTube page, and I see the Broadnax.
Yeah.
I see ours, and I see Captain Kirk's. Are those the only 3 you've done?
I did one for Dub 30-30 too. That's on there somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it's on there too.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
man. Like,
together 5, I believe I did.
you know what I think you should do on your page? I think you need to create a 16-bar challenge playlist. That way people can also, if they don't want to look at the other stuff, which they should, but they can
Yeah.
just see that you
All
are
of
the
them.
16-bar challenge killer.
Yeah.
And when they see that you're entering these 16-bar challenge, they probably should be scared.
Yeah. And you know, too, like I mentioned the 318 Cipher, that's a part of that. You know, having to go to these places like, man, I gotta have a good verse. I gotta have a good verse. So the verses was something I always focus on, man. I always wanted to have a fire ass verse, you know.
I'm gonna start any challenge I see from now, I'm gonna start sending you whether you get on or not, because I get entertained knowing Jack Gaspard is killing these beats.
Yeah, man.
And
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna tell you, Jack, I'm kind of mad at you. Before we leave,
What?
I gotta tell you I'm a tad bit mad.
Oh shit. What I do?
I've been waiting on my peanut butter. I've been waiting on my autographed peanut butter. I'm gonna put it on my set. I've been waiting on my autographed peanut butter.
Damn it, man. I did forget the peanut butter, man. I got you. Hey, you make sure you send me the address, man. I'm gonna get that to you for sure. And hey, you need that too. You need that in the back.
Yes,
You.
I'm gonna put it on it. Yes, I
People
need.
be like, why you got peanut butter? And you be like,
and I'm gonna tell him because Jack Gaspard, he want. Yeah, I'm gonna tell
they
him.
just need some peanut butter to mix it with.
They're right.
You know,
They're right.
you can tell them that.
So, Jack, what's next for you?
Man, it's a good time to ask me that, man, because a lot of times I'm just going with the flow and don't know what the hell I'm doing. But right now, what I'm planning out and am very excited for is next weekend. I don't know when you're doing this, but when this is coming out, but next weekend we're shooting a video for the first single off my next album, and we're gonna be doing it next Sunday. And just the ideas I have, man, I've went out and bought things specifically for this video. I'm putting way more time into this video than I normally do, and man, I'm so hype about it. Like the type of song it is, it's gonna catch a lot of people off guard, man. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever done, and yeah, once again, man, it's one of them styles that's gonna confuse people and be like, damn, why is he doing it like this? But man, I just make music. I make the best music I can. Sometimes it comes out country as hell, and sometimes, you know, it comes out different. But it's always gonna be some good ass bars in there. I can tell you that.
Can you tell us the name and who produced it?
Oh yeah, I definitely can. It's called Without Selling My Soul, and it's produced by Beats by Dunbar, and some of his best production for sure, and some of my best writing, man. I'm extremely hype about it. But yeah, like I said, this is just the first single. We are this close to actually being finished with a whole album that we're coming out, and we're probably gonna drop the album when the new music video comes out. So okay, be looking for a whole album when you see this video drop.
Is the entire album done by Beats by Dunbar?
Yeah, he did the whole entire thing. Yes, sir.
Okay,
he did.
Well, Jack, I definitely appreciate your time. Tell the people how to find you on social media, because I know your social media game, especially on TikTok, but you be putting up some interesting stuff on TikTok. Tell people how to find you.
Yeah, man. My Instagram, which is what I'm always on, is Jack Gaspard Music. Facebook is Jack Gaspard, and TikTok is Jack Gaspard 8, and YouTube channel is just Jack Gaspard. It's JackGaspard on everything. So Jack, yeah, find me and check me out.
I appreciate you so much, bro.
Thank you, man. This has been so fun, man. Where was Chief? I was waiting to rap fast Chief.
Actually, Chief just texted me. He had some family stuff he had to do that ran longer than he wanted it to. He sends his apologies.
Okay. Well, you tell him next time I see him, I want to hear him rap fast again for me.
All right, he ain't gonna get none of my peanut butter.
No, just you for the peanut butter. Only you.
All right. Appreciate it, Jack.
Hey, man. Thank you, Vic, man. This was fun. Appreciate you, dog.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please make sure y'all go holler at my guy, Jack. Check out the music. Check out the videos. Check out the work Jack is putting in, because he's definitely doing his thing. All right. It's your boy, VicXL. This is the Country Rap Report. Please make sure y'all follow Country Rap Report on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Riding Dirty Radio. My guy Chief And make sure every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you check us out in the chat. Shout out to my girl, Creek Mariah, one of the hardest working mods in the game. Make sure y'all sub up to her channel too. Peace.